What's up, it's your boy Modern Ninja the Nerd back at you with another anime analysis about the latest chapter in Jujutsu Kaisen. We had questions at the end of the last chapter, so let's see if we can get a few answered. If you're new here and like anime content such as this, subscribe and hit that bell so you can feel my energy whenever I upload a video. And lastly, this video contains spoilers for the latest manga chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen. If you want to watch this video later, like it and come back whenever you want. Without further ado, play my intro real quick.
The monsters. Hold on, wait a minute, let me get a key on rising while I'm ventilating, demonstrating, captivating, assimilating. When you niggas singing, saying I'm the fucking best. Better get your best, nigga, color me impressed. Swear the streets blessed, all up in your chest. Kill you with my sword, guess I gotta clean my mess. The fact that you niggas see me playing, it's only natural, I'm super just saying.
Okay, so in the last chapter, Kenjaku and Takaba were having a comedy sketch in real time. Like having Bernie Mac and Chris Rock up on stage together. It was pretty entertaining at least until Yuta popped up like your ex when you finally have happiness and separated Kenjaku's head from his lower extremities. Our favorite backshot specialist yells out his will be passed on. Now, the start of this chapter shows Higuruma and Itadori pressing Sukuna, and this smoke demon has the nerve to smile all confidently. Look, I've fought lots of people in my very short life, and every time I fought someone who has smiled at me when we were about to throw hands were mentally ill. I'm sorry, but it's true. They were on a plethora of pills, or they were on the run from a mental facility. True shit. Everyone like this is insane, and you see, this is how I know you people like red flags, because then you have people that start making edits on TikTok, thirsting for this domestic terrorist. Then we have a flashback of before Gojo and Sukuna fought to where Kusakabe is explaining the game plan to the others. He says they plan for Takaba to distract Kenjaku so Yuta can strike him, but they need him back quickly so they can launch an all-out attack on Sukuna. Then he mentions Miwa, who was already somewhat weak and now she can't even swing a sword anymore because she took a binding vow after her last swing with her katana. Her vow meant she couldn't swing a katana again, which I think is dumb as hell. What do you mean you took a binding vow? If you're a side character and you're fighting a main villain like Kenjaku, why do you think you can beat him in one swing? I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but like, if I was in that situation, I would have thought a bit and fought my hardest, but not take a binding vow though. To make matters worse, Kenjaku stopped the swing with his bare hands. What the holy hell? Miwa, take that L, cause oh my god. Anyway, Kusakabe continues and says if they can take Kenjaku out, the only one left will be Sukuna, and they will have more than a few days before they have to truly worry about him. Kamo then says he needs to leave because even if it's a little bit of time, he would like to spend it with his family. He planned to flee overseas. Itadori then thanks him for teaching him about something, saying Choso is a bad teacher. And I think this hints at what Yuji can bring to the table now. I know some of you are aware of his new anchor arms and are confused on what Yuji has in store. I personally think it's blood manipulation, seeing as Kamo and Choso use their blood to attack, and how Yuji is also the love child of Kenjaku. It isn't that far-fetched to me. Also, in addition, Yuji has eaten the rest of the cursed wounds, aka his siblings. So, all of this is coming together in a pretty interesting way. Kusakabe continues with saying unless you have reverse curse technique, or want to die, or are willing to die, you are either providing support, or you're on the bench. Higuruma then says he wants to go in after Kashimo, rightfully pissing Kashimo off, asking if he thinks he'll lose. Nigga took a L. Anyway, Higuruma then says he can attack Sukuna with the Executioner's Sword, which is a one-hit kill. Kusakabe then says that's great, but he doesn't know if it'll be a confiscation of Sukuna's curse technique or a death penalty. Then they go into great detail trying to see if any action Sukuna has done in Shibuya or before would get him the death penalty. Since Sukuna is inhabiting a body, it could make the prosecution tricky. Also, since they can't confirm Megami is dead or not, they can't really get a clear understanding of Sukuna's crimes to be sure that they'll get that death penalty, thus gaining access to the Executioner's Sword. Higuruma's technique prosecutes each charge one by one, not all together, so it makes it tricky as well. Itadori then suggests he knows a way he can get Sukuna sentenced. We then go back to the action and we see Mei-Mei's crows fly by Sukuna and get pulverized. Higuruma, seeing that Sukuna is now distracted, slams his gavel into the ground, making way for Yuji, who begins punching the debris. Higuruma then wraps a rope or whip of some kind on Sukuna's hand, holding whatever the hell that is, a double-sided maraca or something like that. Itadori then uses what he knows best, Mike Tyson breathing, these hands, and fires a punch towards Sukuna's body. And you see, my boy is baffled. He almost had an out-of-body experience just by blocking Yuji's punch, to which he says, "Was that? ... So keep in mind, Sukuna remembers Yuji from way back when. Something about Yuji reminds him of somebody in the past. I'm assuming the Heian era, from which he was the strongest sorcerer. But I don't know yet. Seeing as he remembers Itadori from the past somehow, this way of fighting might be familiar to Sukuna as well. Higuruma then gets Itadori's attention and enters his domain, deadly sentencing. We then see Itadori's idea. He wants a retrial with Sukuna as the co-defendant, to narrow down all that happened in Shibuya while Sukuna was inhabiting his body. We then see the list, the last panel, with Sukuna, Itadori, Higuruma, and Judge Man, Higuruma Shikigami, and the domain about to begin the trial with Sukuna. Sukuna is he has the most fiendish grin on his face, and that's how the chapter ends. I don't know how this will go down, honestly. I doubt Maharaga can be summoned in this domain, and I don't think Sukuna knows about court enough to weasel his way out of being convicted either. Though I will say this has me excited for the next chapter. What do you guys think will happen next? Will Maharaga make an appearance and adapt in the court and become the world's best DA? Or do you think will Sukuna some way weasel his way out of this and the Executioner's Sword just won't be a thing because Sukuna's gonna get trial, he's gonna get hit with something that'll just confiscate one of his cursed techniques? Comment your opinions below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I upload every week and I'm trying to hit 1K before this year is out. Just last week alone, I got 70 new subscribers. I appreciate you all so much. If you're new, come join the Ninja fam and let's continue to grow. Also, go hit that bell so you can feel my energy whenever I upload. It's been real. See you guys in the next arc.